right, so in today's video, we're going to talk about how to overcome doubt so that you can start this business that you want to start. I'm so excited about this next series of videos that I'm kicking off because I have a list of right now 80 questions and 80 topics that I know for sure can help so many other women that want to get started with an online business of their own. And to be honest with you, I was so tired of sitting here and trying to compile the right frameworks and the right outlines and the right talking points. When I've been online for going on 18 years, I've been boss free for 14 years. I've made a great deal of money selling things online. I've made the majority of my money by leveraging YouTube and building an email list and selling things that I didn't even have to create that have helped me, earn upwards, of thousands of dollars in a single day over and over and over again. And I realized that I really do have a lot to contribute to anyone else that wants to learn how to get started in this way. And so I'm going to take these ideas, I'm going to take these questions, and I am just going to show up on a daily basis, and I'm going to riff around them by sharing my real experience to help you in any way that you might need help in getting started in your business. So today we are going to talk about overcoming fear so that you can actually get started. I think fear is one of those things, or, fear or doubt or, wondering if you can do it. I really believe it's one of those things. If you've been around for any length of time, you might have heard study long, study wrong. I think this is where a lot of people go wrong when it comes to jumping online and having the confidence to start a business. Because now in 2025, even though it's easier than it's ever been before to start a business, it's also harder because if you jump out there and you start looking around for too long and you start comparing yourself to what's already going on and what other people are doing, you're going to see so many directions, you're going to see so many paths, you're going to see people that are doing so many different things, and you're going to try to compare where you are right now to what other people are doing, or you're going to spend so much time just consuming a bunch of information until you feel so overwhelmed. So of course now you're going to have that feeling of, oh my gosh, I can't do this, because you think there are so many moving parts, you think there's so much going on, or you think you can't be like that person that's maybe earning six figures or a few six figures a year. You're trying to compare where you are right now to their year 3, 4, 5, or 10 in business. I will tell you the advantage that I had when I got started. When I got started, I was probably much like you. I didn't know anything about making money online. You may know more than I knew when I was first getting started, because in 2007, the internet was still pretty doggone new in terms of making money online. So I was hanging out in the forums and I was trying to get a handle on how do we go about this? How do I make money online? Do I join a network marketing company and build it online? What is it that I do? And one day I was in a forum, and that forum led me to a MySpace profile, and that MySpace profile led me over to YouTube, where I saw people doing what I believed I could do myself. And so I enrolled in my very, very first business system. It started with a very simple informational product. And as soon as I dove into that informational product, I knew that more people needed to have it. So when it comes to being confused or allowing doubt to kick in, it's I didn't give myself the opportunity to doubt myself, because as soon as I saw something, I gave myself the green light to move forward in it. It might not have been the perfect business model. It might not have been my forever business model. It might not have been even the best thing that I could have been marketing at that time, but it felt right in the moment. So I took that product and I began to do what I saw other people doing on YouTube. Again, right? I didn't sit back and wonder, well, where else can I be? Is there another platform I could be on? Is there another way that I could be advertising or marketing my business or trying to grow my business? Instead, I just started doing what other people were doing. So it's kind of I allowed the source of inspiration to be my guide, and I didn't give myself an out by wondering what else could I do? And so if you're feeling like you have angst or you have doubt or confusion, Believe it or not, like, you are the biggest culprit in all of it, because what you're doing by looking around and second guessing and watching a gazillion videos and trying to get all of these ideas and comparing yourself to what other people are doing is that you are the culprit. You're the one that's creating all of that in your life, right? You're making it so much harder. The biggest piece of advice that I give people is, like, start from that point of inspiration. If someone has inspired you, if someone has the kind of business that you would love to run for yourself, if someone is getting the kind of results where you would love to have those results for yourself, and they have the kind of business that you would love to run for yourself, right? Get started there. Allow that person to be your inspiration. Maybe they'll go on to be your mentor. Market the same way that they're marketing. Use the same business strategy and tactics that they're using. Like, we're in the year 2025, where literally there's never been a better time to get started in business, because it's never been this cheap. It's never been this easy. Like, you don't have to bug family and friends. You can hop on any one of these platforms, right? And guess what? There are millions and millions of users on these platforms, and they can become a part of your buyer base. You don't have to have your own audience. You don't have to have 6 figures to start a business. You don't even have to have crazy tech skills. All you have to have is the desire to want to start a business. Go out there and find someone or find something that, like, suits your fancy, that aligns with you, that feels good. And what I would encourage you to do is find something that you're really, really interested in. When I got started, like, I didn't know that I was an opportunity girl. Like, I didn't know that finding something that I loved and turning right back around and selling that same thing to other people, like, would be something I would be really, really good at. I always thought that having a business meant, like, having an idea and then having to take that idea and, like, formulate that into a product. Or, I just thought that business was, like, so much bigger and so much harder. And what I realized is that when I had that first informational product, and it inspired the heck out of me, and it showed me an easier way, and it started to teach me how to make money online and how to position myself to make money online. Like, I knew there were other people out there that were just like me that needed this information. And so I allowed my source of inspiration, those people that I saw on YouTube, I allowed them to be the people that I modeled. I allowed them to be, like, my silent mentors. And I started essentially doing what they were doing until I decided to enroll myself in their actual, like, business community. And I began to learn from them then, right, on a more intimate, deeper level. But I just didn't know to make it hard, because when I had, like, that first spark, I gave myself the green light to go for it. And in those first initial months and probably even years in business, I didn't know to compare myself. I didn't know to, like, second guess if what I was doing was right or wrong. I didn't know whether to think about YouTube as being the right platform or to go out there and think that maybe I should be someplace else. But again, that's what comes with variety, right? It's kind of like, it's a two-edged sword, right? It's like, where there's variety, now you guys have YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and LinkedIn and all of these different things. Literally in 2007, we had MySpace, we had YouTube, Facebook, I don't even think was a thing at that time. Certainly Instagram, certainly there wasn't TikTok, certainly there wasn't Snapchat, right? Like, we did not have a bunch of choices. We just had what we had, and so we started. And I think that's why so many people won so big back then, is the fact that we just started and we were really, really great copycats, right? We were really great at finding people that were already doing something successfully and then just simply modeling what it was that they were doing. And so again, if you find yourself in a place where it's like, I can't start because I'm so confused, I'm so overwhelmed, I have all of this doubt, again, you are the biggest culprit in it. What I would encourage you to do is, again, find someone, and I would encourage you more so to find someone, right? Because it's easier to actually be able to look at someone, like, as your source of inspiration and to be able to model what it is that they do. If you know that you would love to create content and build a business on Instagram, then go to Instagram and find someone that has the kind of business, right, that you would like to run, that's doing the kind of business you would like to do, and begin to model them. Get in their sphere, invest in what it is that they're offering, and decide to learn from them, right? Allow proximity, right, to really be your guide and to be your mentor. If you're on YouTube, like, right, you're consuming this video on YouTube, if you already spend a great deal of time on YouTube, you already understand how YouTube works, the power of YouTube, right? Find someone on YouTube that is like doing what you believe you could do for yourself, right? And decide to, again, get in their proximity, invest in what they have to offer, and begin to model, right, someone that's already on a successful path. And so that's my biggest encouragement for today is, again, if you feel stuck, you feel lost, you feel confused, like you feel immobilized, ask yourself, how much time are you spending, again, studying, consuming, clicking, watching, reading emails, processing, versus doing? Because the moment you just simply give yourself the green light to go for it, right, you block everything else out and you just start to do what it is, right, that you have programmed yourself to do. And I promise you, it gets a heck of a lot easier. So if this has inspired you or helped you at all, I want to encourage you to subscribe. Feel free to click on notifications. And if you want to learn more about the business that I actually run, I'll tell you a little bit about that. And why I love it so much and why I think it's a great starting point for other people. Like I said, in 2007, I ran across a very simple informational product. And when I got to the end of that informational product, it gave me the opportunity to actually sell that product as my first income stream. I thought that was brilliant. It got me so excited. Again, why it got to be easy. If I would have gotten to the end of that informational product and then it was like giving me a bunch of steps to go, sit down and write out your ideas and then think of a product that you can sell, there is no way that I would have been able to have made all of the sales that I made in my first 30 days. Because why? I would have been stuck in creation mode. I would have been stuck trying to figure out a bunch of things, answering a bunch of questions. But instead, I was able to get out there and start selling that to other people, right? Remember, I allowed it to be easy. I started showing up on YouTube like I saw those that inspired me doing. And on day number 3, I had made my very first sale. And day number 30, I had made a total of 28 sales. And I was completely new to all of this. But because I followed a simple system and didn't allow myself to get overwhelmed by all of the possibilities, and I just went, believe it or not, that gave me the confidence that I could absolutely do this. And that set a really, really strong foundation for me doing it even bigger, right, in the months and years to follow. So the business that I operate now, like I realized out of all of my years of doing so many things online that I was tired of chasing and I was tired of thinking that I had to be this guru or I had to be this expert and that I had to keep creating new products or trading my time for dollars by coaching. It's not that I hated any of those things. I just didn't love all of those things. And chasing and creating, right, they keep you in a space where it's really, really hard to make the money because you're not doing money-making activities, right? And that's what we should be focused on is money-making activities. And so in the business that I have now, it's a turnkey business where much like what I did when I first got started, I offer people an opportunity that gives them a ready-made high-ticket product that they can begin selling and positions them to earn 100% profits, $599 every single time they introduce someone else to this turnkey business. It's not just a business that we make money from by flipping, but it's a business that teaches you high income digital marketing skills. It teaches you how to get out there and start selling and making money on these social platforms really, really quickly. It gives you a complete sales system so that you don't have to get stuck trying to set up a website from scratch. That's another area that prevents so many people from getting started now, is they think that I'm not techie enough. I can't build a website. I can't build a funnel. Like, I don't understand all of this techie stuff, right? We've eliminated that by actually giving you all of the resources that you need so that literally you can get set up in a single week and be out there ready to start making sales. You literally have everything that you need, including live weekly support. So if you have questions, right, you get stuck, or you just want to come hang out and hear what's going on, right, in the lives and businesses of other people that are within the community, you have access to that as well. And I will tell you what I love about this so much is that, again, out of everything that I do, I love knowing that my days get to be easier. Like, I get to decide to do simple things like this, answer questions that I know other people have, right, and introduce them to a business model, right, that just might be perfect for them. It might not be, but it might be perfect. And I love knowing that by doing something so simple like this, that these simple videos has caused people to go right over to my turnkey business and decide to get started. And that I can make these $599 sales while I'm sleeping. I can make these $599 sales all throughout the day. If you're working a full-time job right now, you can position your business to be able to make these $599 sales while you're working your traditional job. That's what I did when I first got started. I was working full-time as a nurse. I got set up quickly, made my first sale on day number 3, and then I started making these sales very consistently, pretty much on a daily basis while I was working full-time as a nurse. So I love the fact that I'm 51 years old and I attract a lot of people that are over 40 years old that are wanting to start a business. And so that's why I knew like this question was so important to answer. But what I love is the fact that we set you up to make really good money. So it's like if you just made one sale a week, an extra $599, right, can change your whole week. Whether it's savings or wanting to save for vacation or a child's, tuition or whatever the case may be to make up for a shortfall. Like I love knowing that it doesn't take tons and tons and tons of sales for someone to get started and to start making sales and for that being significant in their bank account. I'm helping one lady right now. She just got started and she made her first sale not long after getting started. And she said it felt so good because she was able to take that first sale and help her husband out, right, by contributing to their household. And she was like, not that he needed the help, but it felt good to know that I could do that. And she's been someone that's been in business online for quite a few years. And she said that literally this is the easiest business model, the easiest way of earning online, right, that she's ever experienced. That lights me up. So I will drop my information down below in the description or simply go to myturnkeybusiness.com. If you want to learn how to activate a very, very simple business like this, where you don't have to sit down and try to create something, right, like from an idea and mastermind it all out, but that literally you can walk into something that's very much so like a turnkey style business or a franchise style business. Everything that you need is all within so that you can learn what to do, get set up with done for you resources, done for you training, done for you marketing and content creation strategies and tactics. Again, like you don't have to think about much. The only thing you have to think about is like, does this sound right for me? And then once you're inside, just commit to taking action. Literally, you could be a week or two away from your very first $599 sale. It is literally completely up to you. So again, I'll drop my information down below in the description. If you are leaving better, if this has helped you, if you've been having doubt, over starting a business, not thinking that you're ready, I really hope this has helped you be able to process what might be going on and how to like narrow your focus, block everything else out, and just give yourself the green light to go, right? Start with that place of inspiration, right? Trust your gut, trust your instinct, and just decide to go. Hunker down and move forward in that direction. I look so forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye-bye.